I hear you want to fight Jake Paul. Why is that?
Well, first off, I mean, this is one thing. I will say this. I'll give him credit here. I think that everything that him and Logan have both built, just in general, as far as a brand, is something that I actually, idolize to a degree. But I will say this. I'll still beat the fuck out of him. Still beat his ass. And I'm calling round 1, 2 minutes, as long as he lasts in bed with Julia Rose and me and Francis. So, that's where I'm going on that one.
So let's back up a little bit. Have you ever been in a fight? And if so, like, what's your record?
Yeah, so I've actually undefeated. But I went through a phase when I grew up. I was like smaller, and I went through a phase where I all of a sudden hit like a crazy growth spurt in college, and I was that guy at one point who, again, I was like 225, 6'3", and just decided to. I was that college douchebag at one point who was going out and picking bar fights just because I wanted to assert my dominance from insecurities that I had in high school. I mean, as far as like actual boxing fights, I mean, I've been training for probably about like 2 months. And I think the biggest thing for me is like to train for like 6 to 8 months, because I do understand the sport. It is one of those things where it is, it's a skilled sport, and you can't just go in there and, talk your mouth off because you'll get your fucking jaw broke. So it's one of those things where I plan on training super hard. And again, beating that ass.
Like, how are you going to be able to catch up that quickly and be able to, be on his level to be able to get in the
Yeah, 100%. I mean, okay, I've been an athlete my entire life. I played every single sport under the sun growing up. I played 3 sports in high school. Again, when it comes to like, I'm super competitive, just the same way I was on the show. It's one of those things like, you want to play ping pong, you want to go run some tennis, you want to go run golf. Like I'm like one of those people who the second I dial in on sports or any type of competition, I mean, it's balls to the wall. So it's one of those things for me that I know that I've always been an athlete. I pick up on things really quickly, no matter what that is. So, the second I know that I go, train for like 6 to 8 months, I know that I'm going to pick up on every single thing that I can. I mean, I'm going to his fight August 28th against Tyron Woodley. Again, in order for me to get a card too against him, like I have to be smart. I can't just go in there and be like, oh yeah, like I'm going to hope this dude's all of a sudden going to decide that he wants to fight me. I have to honestly hope that he loses to Tyron Woodley, so he can't get his little fucking mood board that he puts up there of all the people that he wants to fight. Like, come on now. Like, you think you're really gonna knock out Canelo, bro? Like, let's get real, dog.